Alright, just waiting for my thing to come up. Alright, here it is. So, today is the day we 100% Assassin's Creed 4. So before we do any story progress, sorry, just kind of spit. We are gonna stock up on ammo, and we are going to make sure that everything is, we're ready for everything, essentially. We are also going to start off with fully exploring a specific location.
Well concluded.
And that is the Maroon hideout that I did not do. But today we're going to be finishing Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. We are going to attempt to do the multiplayer for Assassin's Creed 4, but it's very unlikely we will be able to get into a match. And lastly, we will be kind of doing the usual wrap-up ceremony. First time I've done this in a while. So first things first, let us go here. I also don't know where any of these items are, so we're just gonna be wandering around the camp until we find it. There is supposedly a chest found here, and there's supposedly a secret.
We have something new for you to look at.
Unfortunately, I don't know where any of this stuff is, so let me just give me a moment while I pull up this area. AC for Freedom, Prime, Maroon, Hideout, Collectibles. That is actually not what I was expecting. So it's actually not in the Maroon hideout. It's actually found right here on this little islet. But I think we can actually travel there from here. I will say something that I am looking forward to is getting started on a new project on Twitch. I've been streaming Assassin's Creed 4 for a couple of months, and I am happy that we're finally about to put this game to rest, potentially. Just as a quick reminder, the next game I'm going to be completing on this channel is presumably the first of many games played on the Xbox 360. But the next game I'm going to be playing on this channel is actually Assassin's Creed 4. It's actually Sims 3 Pets. Just as a quick reminder, Sims 3 Pets is remains to be one of my favorite Sims games. It is definitely probably not the best Sims game out there, but I can't really speak for every game, because I've not played every Sims game. but it is personally my favorite, as I feel like it kind of handles. I feel like it kind of handles Sims better than the other Sims games I played. I know for a fact it's definitely probably not up to tier, definitely not up to par of say Sims 4. But I definitely feel like that Sims 3 Pets does handle the usage of pets better than the Sims 4. If I were to play Sims 4, and I probably will stream it on this channel one of these days, I will likely not even touch the DLC and just focus on getting up percent in the vanilla game. It's just my main criticism for Assassin's Creed. God, I need to get that game out of my head. My main criticism for Sims 4 is I just don't really like how the game essentially starts. I honestly feel like that it could have been better. And the reason why I say that I don't like how the game starts is if you're not using cheat codes to use like the money load hack, if you're not like doing like anything like, if you're not doing like everything legit, then your first house will likely be essentially a mobile home. And honestly, that mobile home in Sims 4 is probably my least favorite of all the mobile homes and mobile home missions and God, I can't think. It's probably my least favorite starter home of
Il va se fatiguer. Attaquez de côté. Ah, il est une semaine. Où a-t-il pu passer? On s'entend. Attaquez.
I don't want my machete. So unfortunately I had to use some I had to use some materials, so we'll go ahead and
You too, my
restock when we can.
thought I was going to die.
And there's that achievement, Seeds of Independence, liberate 500 slaves. So, to clarify, to go back to what I was saying, let me just go ahead and pause this real quick just so I can finish my thought and kind of move on to something else. I do feel like the starter homes for Sims 3 Pets is actually better than the starter homes for Sims 4. I do feel like that the starter homes for Sims 3, at least the Sims 3 version I played on the Nintendo Wii, was better than the starter homes for Sims 4. There are some things that are handled better in than other games, but there's also some things that are handled better in Sims 4. And even though I have not played enough of Sims 4, at this point, from what I have played, I favor Sims 3 Pets more than Sims 4, but that may be a very controversial opinion for people that do have like hundreds of hours of playtime. First mission where we are going to be doing is lifting the veil. Lifting the veil has two optional objectives. One is to liberate slaves from the slave barracks, and the other is to kill the overseer who led the slaves.
Monsieur Adwele. The Mayon cause has made an ally of you. Augustin speaks highly of your help.
I do not know how much longer I'll be able to continue, but the Maroons are outstanding warriors. Augustin has provided me with everything I might need to get by until I return to my brothers.
I believe you owe me a parcel then.
Let me hold it a while longer, for safekeeping.
You are not a man of your word.
My word was perhaps. It stands.
How little you must think of me.
On the contrary, you have maintained your freedom among the French by the deft handling of your indispensable business. I respect you highly, but would be a fool to trust anyone so clever so soon.
What a keen eye and sweet tongue you have. Since you cannot provide me with the one thing I truly desire, I hope to compel you to demonstrate some respect by some other means.
I would consider it.
I need a careful and observant man to investigate the gouverneur. I must know what distracts him, and why he enforces the Code Noir ever more strictly. The lives of the slaves depend on it.
I share your curiosity. I'll pay you this favor for the slaves.
Perhaps there is some honor in you yet. You will need a disguise. Please, change into these.
A slave's rags. What do you mean by this indignity? Do you mean to see me recaptured?
Indignity? Do you hold your enslaved brothers in such low esteem?
Do you hold any man in high esteem? Or are we all pawns to you?
You should be so lucky. There is no trick. It is only that, well, the Gouverneur de Fayet will host a soirée soon. And imagine, I am not invited. The excess of the occasion calls for an abundance of supplies to be delivered to his mansion. That's where you come in. With your crate, you will blend in with the men delivering the goods. Once on the grounds, you can spy on the good gouverneur.
Will the overseers not notice one man extra? Or are you simply unconcerned for my well-being?
I've never met an overseer who could tell two slaves apart. Nevertheless, be careful. I sense you are as bright as you are strong. You will figure it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm waiting until there's a break in the dialogue for me to begin continuing my commentary.
Here they come. Join the line. Be careful.
What's going on back there? Fall in line.
Inconspicuous.
A friend.
So,
No.
looks like we're still having a dialogue.
Another fete for the pig? You are too complacent.
So I'm waiting until the dialogue stops. I am back in line.
Excellent. Put the crates down there, cher messieurs. All right, enough socializing. Back to work. The grounds must be fit for a king when my guests arrive. Lazy bastards. A lot of them should be whipped. I'm a prince, you realize? I'm a prince for putting up with it.
I don't know why they were shoving me. I was literally just following the instruction of the game.
I will remember you said that.
Quiet now.
So now that it looks like there is a break in the dialogue, I will say that I do appreciate this sort of social stealth encounter.
God change often as night moves to day.
Thank you.
You are a friend. Prove it, love.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Assassin's Creed Liberation when I played that game. It's a little bit different, but there was like a slave persona thing, and that's just really what my mind goes to. So I'm really just playing it safe.
I hate the night shift. I've been assigned to it 3 times this week.
Let me also check something real quick.
Pray that doesn't happen to me. But afraid you will be stuck here forever. I used to think the governor's mansion would be interesting at least. I never overhear anything good.
Okay. Really just trying to be smart about this. Try not to draw attention.
What do you think they are talking about?
Dieu seul le sait. But I hope it's something exciting.
You are right. It has been too long since action came our way.
Over here, dummy. It looks like there is a captain coming this way, so I'm gonna wait a little bit.
heard you gave Bastian's girl a jewel worth more than half the fleet. What happened to the funds I released last month?
Well, the science of navigation is expensive.
I dare say it is. If you measure every fathom in perfume and silk.
Reviens ici et vite! Il y a déjà un pied dans la tombe.
Thank God there's no undetected crap.
No suitable Spanish vessel is available. Could we not use a French ship?
Are you trying to start a war? The treaty between our nations is fragile. We cannot afford any suspicion of smuggling.
Your name may go down in history with mine if you supply the funds and the ship.
Thank you for the offer, but I have an expensive colony to govern.
With the volume of slaves you import, I'd have thought you'd have gold to spare.
Even free labor is not free, my friend. Slaves are expensive to replace.
Or accidents.
Now that is interesting.
Laissons tomber. Il est reparti dans son terrier.
Okay. Go rescue the slaves.
Ah, où est-ce que tu te crois aller comme ça? Je le trouve, je le sais! Je le vois! Là!
Did that count? Yes. Unfortunately, 2 got killed, but we got it. Is there an easier way to get back to Bastion, or I have to go through the guards? There we go. Okay, let's go. Turn to Bastion. Probably not the cleanest run for the mission, but we got it done. This should get 100% sync.
Alors, what have you learned?
The governor is overconfident. Despite his guard, I could have ended him with my bare hands. He would have deserved it. What makes you believe you need him?
I keep my friends close, and my enemies closer. Which camp are you in? Will you tell me what you have learned? Who distracts him?
A A bold-faced scientist, Godin, hounds the governor for funds. Something about an expedition navigational secrets.
Why is this the first time I hear of him? Is my whole network turned against me? Does the harbor master think I give him my best girls out of kindness?
Do you wish me to investigate further? I admit, as a man of the sea, the science of navigation intrigues me.
No. Yes. I don't know. As you wish, but leave me, I must think.
Okay. Question is, do we qualify for the next mission? 100% sync. We actually do. Let's go ahead and start. So for this next mission, let me go ahead and pull it up. Call this a scientific inquiry. We need, oops. There are two optional objectives for this. One is to complete all 5 investigations, and the other is do not kill anyone while investigating. Now, despite bare-fisting being a non-lethal attack, it does actually count as killing someone for. So if you kill someone with a counter kill with bare hands, you will actually lose the chance of getting this. So if you get into combat, run away, lose notoriety, and try again.
Bastien, I fear we lost you to the bitterness of depression.
Never. Those arrogant men cannot cut me out of my own network. The cost is too great for the slaves.
And for your pride.
What does it matter? So long as I work for their freedom.
Whatever has inspired it, I'm glad to hear the fight back in your voice. How can I help?
The scientist, Godin. What is his full purpose here? Can you find that out?
Whatever secrets he carries, I will uncover.
Start with the harbor master. He sees everyone who comes and goes. He should have kept me informed.
All right, let's go. So something that I will say is so far I've been kind of enjoying this game, even though I keep on mentioning this, but I do think that it is kind of stupid how the game forces you to liberate slaves just to play the story. I would honestly like it better if it was optional, I guess. Well, you could still like do it for like rewards, but I would like it better if it doesn't like force you to do it. Like I would prefer it if it was more organic.
Ce permis n'aurait pu s'arrêter ici. Ah, pas long.
I'm actually gonna reload a checkpoint. Those guards were not supposed to get aggroed on me.
The governor de Fayet requests that Monsieur Gaudin's geodesic expedition be equipped with every resource it demands. The first need is rather unusual. Monsieur Godin requires, for reasons of scientific record keeping, 3 literate slaves.
Who would have taught them? The Code Noir prohibits.
Perhaps among your house slaves, such a worker exists? You may communicate.
Finissez de prendre la fuite. On a perdu ce vautour.
Oh my fucking god. This is not going well.
Ma passion, c'est ta peau. Tâche de pays. On n'avait rien à faire ici. Personne ne bouge plus. Tu ne t'en tireras pas si facilement. Malin. Tu ne t'en tires.
What the fuck?
On a perdu ce vautour. Joli numéro de disparition.
Equip every resource it demands. The first need is rather unusual. Monsieur Godin requires, for reasons of scientific record keeping, 3 literate slaves.
Who would have taught them? The Code Noir prohibits.
Perhaps among your house slaves, such a worker exists? You may communicate it privately. There is a reward.
But what will they do?
Take notes, I suppose?
Will none of the French scientists take notes?
Go away!
Carry equipment at the same time.
That is so frustrating. God. That was legitimately annoying.
That pouch must be important.
That's weird.
Spain continues to insist the expedition wait for a Spanish ship. But we are allies now. Can they not be persuaded to allow a single French vessel passage in the name of science? We are, after all, allowing Spanish chaperones on board. Signed, Louis Godin. He does not realize the risks of this voyage.
Okay, let's just go over here. So I haven't, even though I'm technically looking up, using a guide just for help for 100% completion, just in case I get stuck on a mission objective or something like that. I have like a guide to help me. I am actually not looking into these investigations. I'm not reading into spoilers.
Vous n'avez rien de mieux à faire que de vous écharper comme des gorilles.
Children born between slaves will be slaves.
Quoi?
And And if the parent belongs to different masters, the child will belong to the master of the mother.
Tes dernières paroles.
You were not supposed to detect me. Ah, dang it, I lost it. Okay, let's try this again. I didn't know that going in, using a smoke bombs is technically like would technically participate in combat. I only did that so that I could get away and run. Okay, let's try this again. So now I know smoke bombs will not help.
Tu l'as entendu?
Est-ce qu'il se serait trouvé une cachette? Je vais te briser.
God damn it.
Bon, où est-ce qu'il a pu passer? Est-ce qu'il se serait trouvé une cachette? Allez, ne vous laissez pas distancer! Plus vite, ne les perdez pas! Tu essaies de te perdre! Du vent! Ton compte est bon!
I'm trying to lose these guys and it's just not working. I'm just gonna reload checkpoint again. The problem is everywhere he goes, he's surrounded by guards and I cannot find an opening. It's kind of frustrating at this point. This mission is kind of frustrating.
Once the circumference of the Earth is known, we may navigate more precisely and better anticipate the position of the enemy. We will require fewer ships because we will lose fewer ships. Our cannons will aim true, and commercially, well, you know how it is with pirates and slave ships. We can put an end to nonsense by supporting this expedition. Signed, Gouverneur de Fayet. There is much at stake here.
Ah, crap. There's one thing I actually forgot to do, and that is to plug in my Ethernet cable for a more stable connection. So I'm actually gonna... It's possible that at this point there may be a bit of a delay, or a delay in the thing, in the stream, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Hopefully it's maybe like a couple seconds, or some really delay. It's hold on, I'm closing Twitch and I'm reloading it back up. What happens when my stream buffers on my end, as far as I'm aware, is it causes a desynchronization between my stream and my commentary. So I just noticed that my stream was buffering on my laptop because I did not have an Ethernet cable plugged in for a faster internet connection. So it is possible that because of that, my stream is actually my stream may actually be desynchronized now, at least when I download the VOD for editing on YouTube. If it is, I do apologize, but just to prevent any issues, my commentary I'm being cut off at the end of this, I am gonna wait about 10 seconds for the stream to get caught up before I hit end stream. I noticed at the very least whenever I end a live stream and there is a desynchronization, it's usually desynchronized by about 10 or 15 seconds. So I may actually wait until like 20 seconds for me to end the live stream. Like after I stop commentary, just in case it is desynchronized, just so I can have a chance for it to catch up.
With the ghost ship, I have a job for you. I sense you're looking for information. Meanwhile, I have information.
And I'm sure you have some condition for giving it.
Yeah. My rival uses slaves to fish 3 times my haul. If they were freed, the slave that is, I would be so relieved. For their health, of course.
Of course. Consider it done.
Okay, here we go. Hold on, I need to let my dog out.
Allez, dégage.
Les fonds ont été favorables. Ces fonds comme nature sont mêles, on peut être sûr de rien. Il va falloir que je te colle.
I'm actually gonna climb up.
Le vent est favorable aux marins aujourd'hui.
Bah, on a besoin de nous ailleurs.
Nous avons beaucoup de chance d'avoir un gouverneur aussi avisé.
Oh mon Dieu! You have made a big mistake!
J'étais si près.
T'as d'idiot!
I need to lose him.
Plus vite! Il faut pas le perdre!
I need to lose him. Go away. Go away.
Bah, on le pendra une autre fois.
Yeah, let's return to the fisherman. You fucking... Oh my god. Go away, jailer.
Thank you, kindly.
I did not do it for kindness. The information now. Out with it.
Ah, yes. The harbor master is stockpiling too much cargo for a simple expedition. Too much cargo, not enough cannons to protect it. Can only mean one thing. Smuggling.
Thank you.
Okay. Now let's go ahead and do this one that I saw a while ago.
In the territory of Quito, the mountains and plains will favorize our triangulations. Our measurements will allow us to know the exact shape of the Earth.
Hey, oval or globe?
That is the question. With this knowledge, France and Spain will have the privilege of navigational precision.
Great advantage at war.
It was the only way to gain access to Quito.
They're always one step ahead.
Now that we are allies,
Perhaps. Still, I'm surprised they're allowing their... Are they not worried about smuggling?
they're not as strong as we are in the sciences.
They need you then.
are sending us a couple of chaperones. Have you met Antonio? Sure, he's quite the prodigy.
Not yet. I'm sure it will be a great pleasure.
Okay, that was honestly a lot more, that's honestly a difficult tale is what I'm trying to say. A lot more difficult than I was initially thinking. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the last investigation.
What do you want?
Strange time to be delivering a message. Does it by any chance concern the expedition that's leaving shortly?
Who are you to care?
Tell me what you know, or I will wring it out of you.
No! Very well. The governor wanted me to tell the harbor master to allow French ship to be sent, rather than a Spanish one, on the condition that certain goods be transported as a special favor.
The expedition will also be used for smuggling.
Well, I wouldn't say it so plainly, but...
Thank you. Good night.
And there we go. Okay, let's return to Bastion. We should have 100% completion.
Alors, what did you find?
An opportunity beyond imagination. These scientists aim to record navigational secrets for our beloved kings to use at war. But we can seize them to extraordinary advantage for my brotherhood and the Maroon. We need only supply literate recruits, and the rest will take care of itself.
That is all. Nothing more on the governor.
That is all? That is everything! How many more could be freed with this knowledge in our hands?
All things require balance, Adewale. To achieve independence, the Mayans require stability, anonymity, and information. That has always been my role. What now? That is what I thought. The storm brought you in, and you will leave on the tempest of opportunity and imagination. And I will be left here to do what I can. Powerless.
No, any day now the Maroons will rise up. Then I will leave, not before. I've decided.
You are as arrogant as the French. Blanc. All of you. That is all you are.
Bastien?
No. Go now.
Well, trouble in paradise. I will say I admire Adwale's optimism. I guess that means we're not giving her the package. 100% sync. Okay, looks like we qualify for the next mission, and before we start it, I will say the next main mission is called Plant the Seeds. And it has 2 optional objectives. You sink the pirate schooner before sinking the brig and destroy the pirate flotilla in 6 minutes. Let's go. Oh, she's up there. That's where she is.
Adewale, your ambition still gives me pause. But I promised Auguste my help.
What's this?
The Forge Manifest. Or so I am told. One of your famous recruits wrote it.
Joachim Francois, Henry Marchand, Fortuné Jean. Good. I'm sure you will serve the expedition well.
Louis Gaudin will meet with the harbor master to arrange the remaining affairs of your expeditionary voyage. You may take the opportunity to switch the manifest.
At your signal, we will be ready to board.
Thank you. And thank you, Bastien.
Anything for the Maroon of Saint-Domingue.
Kind of a change of heart. Not really what I was expecting, but okay.
Someone, please!
So I'm really, as bad as it sounds, I don't really have any need for any more slaves, at least not yet.
The thanks is all mine. And now I must away for a meeting with the harbor master. All in the name of science, of course.
Of course.
I was not expecting him to go that way. I thought I was going to go through the guards. Good thing I got in the bushes before I turned around. Really trying to be smart about this?
Good day, monsieur.
And to you as well.
I trust the preparations are coming along well. Things certainly do seem to be busy.
Indeed, sir. As you can see, my men are working around the clock to prepare everything. You may expect a fine vessel fitted to precisely the demands of science and your other activities.
What other activities?
Do not worry about the thing.
Great timing for the game to crash. Great timing. I've not had the game crash on stream in a while, but that happened. I don't know. Sometimes I notice that whenever I play a game using the quick resume feature of the Xbox Series X, it is prone to crashing. But specifically before I play every game, I always make sure I'm starting a game from launch rather than using the quick resume function. So honestly, I don't know why the game crashed there, but I hope it doesn't happen again.
As you can see, my men are working around the clock to prepare everything. You may expect a fine vessel fitted to precisely the demands of science and your other activities.
What other activities?
Do not worry about things. All will be attended to. There is only one outstanding matter of your slave. Do you have the name for the manifest?
Yes, right here.
Come then. You must be itching to inspect everything.
Indeed, I am.
Will result in a loss of profit for the seller, and the buyer shall gain the entire slave family free of charge. Should this happen...
This is, you will not be interested. Dull, sailing things. Pourrais pas aller... Oh. Je ne sais pas
Get the area.
It's a black flag. They'll be picked to the bone.
I love it when you see assassins just do a leap of faith in cutscenes. It's just so cool. Even though you can do a leap of faith in game, it's just amazing to see it. And then, so you can see there's two optional objectives: sink the pirate schooner, support sinking the brig, and destroy the pirate flotilla in 6 minutes.
Must reach their destination. Our people must capture their secrets. The knowledge is more important than any cargo.
Aye, Captain. He's worth...
Oh.
With a little skill in the right wind, it won't last long.
Sail! Get off the squall! Fire!
I'm actually gonna restart this because I did not realize that I was in a full travel speed, and I also did not realize that you can't actually use mortars
We must defend that
when you're in
ship.
travel speed.
French or not, these scientists must reach their destination. Our people must capture their secrets. The knowledge is more important than any cargo.
Aye, Captain. He's worth the fight.
With a little skill in the right wind, it won't last long.
Awaiting orders! Fire! Fire! There, Captain! Another one down! Fire! That's their weak spot. Take the shot! They're firing a volley! Fire! To the ship, body water! Fire!
Okay.
Fire! Another one down! Fire!
Need to get closer.
Fire!
I can't even see the ships.
Get our dogs back in! Ready to bark, Captain!
Speed up! God, that's one thing I hate about this game is it takes forever.
Stay close, so she can use that time. Fire! No, Madiwali. Looks bad.
There we go, we got it.
Ready to fire, Captain.
100% sync. That's something that just has not gotten better with time.
Picture it, Augustine. Once you are trained and our recruits return with these navigational secrets, you will be able to go explore and recruit from any land.
It will be a great temptation. My fight is in Port-au-Prince, Madiwali. I must stay focused.
Build a Maroon Navy.
Do not mistake my gratitude, Madiwali. This ship is a grand blessing. An advanced knowledge of the seas, a boon to our cause. Maroon do not crave an empire, only independence over our own territory.
Very well, Augustine. But mark my words, you will be fit to command a navy, of one ship or many, when our work here is done.
That's interesting. So we have 2 missions left. Go ahead and fast over here. We have Down with the Ship and the final mission, Fayet's Last Stand. Oh. God damn it. I accidentally closed the window I didn't want. So now I need to reopen it. So there's 2 optional objectives for Down with the Ship. One of them is to take less than 50 damage during the naval fight, and the other is to liberate 15 slaves. God damn it. This game is, again, like, it's getting an aggro by a sniper is not like a new thing in Assassin's Creed. It's been a thing since Assassin's Creed 1, but it's still annoying when it happens, especially when you need to be anonymous to trigger the mission or to interact with buildings and stuff.
Ade, Augustin has learned of another slave ship to intercept. I beg you to reconsider.
Special orders from your sometimes confidant, the governor.
No, it is as I feared. With all the slaves you have freed, the French are in panic.
Let the French live in the fear they earned.
It is not so simple. Curfews are strict. Punishments are harsher and more frequent. You help the ones you freed, but at what cost to the ones you can't?
A small price for independence. The sooner Augustine's revolution comes, the sooner all slaves will live in peace as free people.
Gouverneur de Fayet threatens retaliation.
And he is behind this.
No, Adwali.
Not another word. I don't want to hear it.
The unfortunate thing about this is I don't foresee Augustine or the Maroons like successfully launching an expedition. I feel like that more people will be talking about a revolution as slaves in history classes. That just simply did not happen.
But when I sailed with Kenway, plunder was the only prize. Plunder or information leading to more plunder.
Did you never wish to intervene?
It is wise for a quartermaster to keep his wishes to himself, if he also wishes to remain as quartermaster. But yes, the thought did cross my mind. When the assassins offered me the opportunity to pursue more serious aims, I left the plundering behind.
But slave ships also?
No, for I am still an assassin, and I have found them again. I would not trade my years as a pirate for anything.
You enjoyed your freedom.
They hardened me for the work we do today. And when I am done, You will also have pirates to thank for your training.
Yes, Captain.
So, just for clarification, the issue of slavery technically has not ended today. There are some countries where slaves are still prevalent. At least, and especially if you think about human trafficking, there's slavery still exists in those areas. But slavery wasn't really abolished. Didn't really like stop being a thing in this area until slavery was abolished, like in the 1800s. So unfortunately, slaves are still very much an issue, and this will be an issue for at least a couple hundred years in this game's time. Honestly,
Close up! Ease the sticks! Hammer us that time! Fire! Get in there! Ready to go! Break a shot through her there! Fire! Let's hit us! Fire! We is right there, Captain! Fire! Fire!
they're sinking the slave ship?
No, they'll sink the ship.
I think we must act fast. Fire! You heard the captain! On your mark, Captain! Fire! Down they go! Captain again! I think...
Okay, so we need to save 15 slaves. Honestly, I was thinking there may be like a storm or something. I was thinking there may be a storm or something. That's the reason why the ship sinks. I was not expecting them to like fire at their own ship.
Worry. If we do not respond fast, it will be too late.
I'll go below. Return to the ship and prepare to receive survivors.
I get it. Go! Yeah, we got it. Okay, one more. Yeah, we saved everyone. That's unfortunate. Looks like there's still some people alive on the ship. It's sad. I guess one thing that I will say is it's sad to think that stuff like this probably did happen. Maybe not like, well, there's probably some people that tried to liberate slaves from a slave ship. I would imagine there's not like all parts of humanity where it's just like the dregs of society. But I imagine there may be some ships that were just capsized in storms. Just things like that. It's just, I know for a fact that stuff like this probably did happen where there's because piloting a ship is much more dangerous then than it was in 2000 than it is now, I should say. And the problem with selling the ships now, then I guess, is navigation was probably a lot more primitive. There's probably a lot more people that could not like predict the weather accurately. They could not like pilot their ships effectively during storms. So there's probably a lot of issues of ships being destroyed by storms. So it's just, I know stuff like this probably did happen. It's just unfortunate that it happened at all. Just thinking about the slaves that drowned at sea, especially considering that slave masters, I guess you could say, would be willing to throw slaves overboard. At some points, slaves that were somehow got freed ended up like jumping overboard to save themselves in desperate attempt to swim back home. There's actually instances of stuff like that happening. So it's just, it's unfortunate that it happened, but it's just kind of a sad reality of history.
Gouverneur de Fayet. I thought I understood his indifference. I did not anticipate the extent of his heartlessness.
You tried to warn me. We are all guilty. The governor will pay with his own life. My creed demands that I see to it.
C'est la main. C'est raté. Revenge is cold comfort. Once the Fayet is gone, another tyrant will take his place.
His death must give this generation of warriors hope. They must not abandon the goal of independence.
And the death of these souls? Some barely knew life.
We will always mourn them.
%. Okay, do the final mission. Oh, the final mission is actually not here. It's in the hideout. That's interesting. So I guess something that I will say is I'm getting the feeling this game will kind of have a disappointing ending. In the sense that it will not end on a happy note. Obviously, I know that Adwale will survive because I played Assassin's Creed Rogue, so I'm not worried about him dying. But I'm worried about his efforts to gain like some sort of independence, or his efforts in ending this conflict will inevitably end in failure. And I know for a fact that will happen. But I anticipate this ending to be a little bit disappointing, where it won't, killing Fayet will not like fix these issues. I believe that Bastion was right. If we kill Fayet, then another one will take its place, and then another one, and another one. This conflict will not end until history abolishes slavery. So I know for a fact that this will not change anything. But what this will do is something that I'm kind of curious about. Like, what happens when you kill Fayet? What does Adwale decide to do? That's what I'm eager to find out. Before we start Fayet's Last Stand, there is an achievement and an optional objective for completing this mission, and we could possibly get 2 achievements in one. The 2 optional objectives are kill Fayet with the branding iron and kill 5 guards with the blunderbuss. I think that I have another glitch achievement, that's why I'm like going through this. Oh no, wait. I don't know what that was, never mind. Yeah, these are sadly glitched. Oh wait, no, it actually changed, never mind. There was one that said 95%, which is where I was for Season of Independence, but it looks like that was updated. But we should be on track to getting these 2 achievements. In fact, as soon as we complete this mission, we'll be getting this one. If we 100% it, we'll be getting this one. Don't know what I'm going to do, but the achievement that we could get, or the 2 achievements we could get, is Firepower, kill 5 guards at once with the blunderbuss, and disarm the governor and kill him with the branding iron. So there is one thing that I want to check, and I want us to look up this achievement to see if there's an easy way to getting this. Oh my god, stop. So there is actually something that I want to do, and that is to change my equipment a little bit. Why don't you quit the portable cannon, not the precision shooter?
I have a few new things today. Would you like to take a look?
Okay, let's go. So if we do this correctly, we will be getting 4 achievements. If we do this incorrectly, we will be getting 3. If we do it even more incorrectly, like if we fail to get 100%, we will be getting 2.
I believe it is time. The governor grows complacent. His guards lazy. They have already forgotten the
really one.
I will remind them.
Once you have removed Fayet, you will no longer be safe here.
nor will the Maroons be if I stay.
It will bring me sadness to see you go.
We will meet again to celebrate Maroon independence.
You know well the grounds of the governor's residence. Choose your moment. Do not get caught.
Okay.
I'm so tired. I don't think I'll make it to the tavern.
So let's go and do this.
Where do they hide the ghost shape?
Brothers, they did not survive the journey here.
I will personally find and kill every last one of you until I find my answer. Where is the hideout of the Maroons? You can save your brothers by telling me. Where is the Maroon? It's him! It's a...
Halt! Vite, attrapez-le!
Tous des bêtes. Tu ne passeras. On fait le prix. Ça devrait ralentir ta fuite. N'hésitez pas à respirer.
Ah, dang it. So I kinda got lost there. But we did get the achievement. The 5 guards at once? Get up! God! You have to be careful not to kill Fayet. Okay, now I need to disarm and kill him with his own branding iron. There we go. 100% sync.
Who will come to your rescue? Your slaves? The overseers who follow your orders? Pathetic. What kind of man does not fight for himself? Why? I have killed many men on principle, but never have I wanted one to suffer as much as you. To understand what it is to gasp and beg for your life, like the innocents you drowned.
You mean those slaves? That ship? But they're not even human.
And fuck you.
Without the discipline and guidance of their masters, they turn to rebellion. Murder. Like you.
They're not even human. Fuck off. That is just... The thing, there are people like that that could still exist today, that view people of color as just less than human. Racism is very much still an issue today, and it's just sickening. And another one, his word was perhaps.
It is done. He suffered badly. I made sure of it.
Have you come to say goodbye?
For now. But not without giving you this.
Oh.
After all this time, you lost interest.
You're not worried it will fall into Templar's hands?
I fear worse things now. No Templar plot can equal your wrath.
You tried to make light at a time like this?
Only to lighten my sorrow at leaving.
You will return to your Brotherhood of Assassins, and whatever duty they assign you.
I will return, yes. But I feel a tide changing within me. I'm no longer young. I must devote my energy to those who struggle for freedom. I will use my conviction and my creed to defend them alongside anyone who will help me.
I have no one left to sell this to. I will keep it for memory.
I wonder what it was. We never really, I guess we never really found out like what the parcel actually was. I'm actually legitimately curious. Alright, credit scene. I guess I should do my usual discussion of my thoughts of this game. So of this DLC. I was right in my belief that the ending would feel a little bit disappointing. I am a little bit mad at Fayet, as I tend to do whenever I encounter racists in real life. Just hearing that line, "they are less than human," really makes my blood boil. And in some ways, this game kind of gives us a fantasy of doing something that no one in history, or no one really history taught in schools or has really done, which is go out of their way to free and liberate slaves. So in some ways, this game does offer the fantasy of doing something that presumably no one in history has tried to do. And if there is a figure in history that has actually gone out of their way to free and liberate slaves, then unfortunately that was not taught in the early education system and in the post-education system of world history or American history. So I guess that just offering a fantasy of doing that type of thing is kind of interesting. My main criticism for this game is locking the story objectives behind liberating slaves. I feel that having liberating slaves in response in exchange for X amount of rewards should serve as more than good enough reason to do slaves, but to rescue slaves, I should say. But I feel like they could have expanded on the reward system so you could get more out of it instead of just getting pouch upgrades and store discounts. I did enjoy the exploration. I did enjoy the naval combat. It really feels the same as Assassin's Creed 4. But something that I was a little bit surprised about is the fact that they still have forts in this game, but the forts serve as a location where you can only go onto the beach. I would have liked to have the opportunity to actually attack those forts like you could in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. But at the same time, I can kind of understand the reasoning behind it because they're already presumably liberated in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. But what I noticed when I was exploring those forts is how it looked like that the forts were abandoned. So presumably the Spanish or the British lost power in the time period since Edward Kenway sailed the seas and when Adwale started this campaign. So it's definitely kind of interesting to see that little difference. I was a little bit disappointed in the kind of the lackluster. I will say that the hunters, or whatever you want to call them, was an interesting concept. Where if they see you, they'll always target you and think that you're a runaway slide. That was an interesting enemy class. But everything else just felt the same as previous installments. I also feel like I also love the character Bastion, and I love the character I already forgot his name, but the Maroon leader, I already forgot his name. Hold on, I may be able to find it. Nope, it doesn't say. So I did enjoy those two characters. I did feel like they were kind of interesting and somewhat well developed. But in response to the ending, I do kind of wish we got at some point I can kind of understand it. Adwale killing the governor kind of made him public enemy #1, and he couldn't stay there. However, if you remember from the beginning, Adwale was sent to that area as a mission as part of the Assassins. And I am unsure if he got distracted or his objectives were shifted to focus more on assisting the Maroons. It did kind of seem like that the Templar thread just kind of dropped beyond the first couple missions. And that is a little bit disappointing given the name, given the focus of the series, at least the focus of the pre-RPG series. I also feel like that there's one more thing that I will say, I guess. And that is just the idea of plantations just retaking control. It does kind of take away from the feeling of liberating the plantation. At some point I can kind of understand that. But I literally liberated each plantation once. I have done like 2 slave ships, maybe 3. And in those times I was able to get like all I needed. So they could easily just make it so that you could just liberate a plantation, they will never use that again. But at the same time, I can understand why they didn't do that. I can understand it because there may be people who, unlike me, end up having a bunch of slaves die in their attempt, so they need more for the rewards. However, if you are going for 100%, and if you play like me, in theory, you wouldn't need to focus more on liberating slaves to progress missions, because I only had to do that once. I guess that there's one final thing that I will mention is that I did kind of enjoy using machete for a change. And I did really enjoy the weapon of the blunderbuss. Just the thing of the shotgun was definitely like an interesting gameplay mechanic. I also enjoyed there was some instances of social stealth. There's well, not really social stealth, but there's some of the activities to liberate slaves was kind of fun and satisfying. I will say that probably if I were to choose a favorite one, I did kind of get a little bit of enjoyment the first time around of liberating slaves on an auction block. Of all things, I did kind of like that aspect when I first did it, but after a while, those activities do kind of get a little tiresome, which is kind of unfortunate, but if, again, like I mentioned this before, I think it'll be kind of interesting if instead of just making these activities infinite, they could just say, oh, one auction event done out of 10. So that means that there'll be 10 auctions before there'll be no more in the game. That way you could still be like completing activities, but you'll be working towards a goal. And if you do X amount of activities, then you get this reward. I feel like that change would honestly kind of give more incentive towards the liberation of slaves. Kind of make it more appealing to the player rather than feeling like they are forced to. But it's just little things like that that I feel like that could have been done better in the development of this game. I also don't know how much of this credit scene is left, but I essentially kind of touched on all the things that were added in this game. I guess there's one thing I also did like was the fact that you could find tool upgrades or weapon upgrades and just in the overworld. I did also like that. But anyway, that kind of does it for like all the new things, the things I liked about this game, and also the things I don't like. I guess while I'm just killing time waiting for the credits to end, and yes, I know I could just skip this, but I don't know if there's a post-credit scene. I guess I could Google it. We will be trying to give multiplayer a chance, but it's possible we may not be able to do it, so... Assassin's Creed Freedom. Try, is there a post-credit scene? Unfortunately, I don't think... Yeah, there's nothing after them, okay. So, we're good to skip. Hey, his full attention. So, is that the last of the achievements? I actually do want to check something. Oops. Yeah, this is still a bugged achievement. This will be part of the bonus episode that we'll do in the future. I guess while we're fast traveling, while we're kind of doing the wrap up stuff, there's one thing that I will say, and that is, I decided that I don't really care about like, I don't really care enough to farm out the Thieves Guild trophies things, because I don't really, it's really just bragging rights essentially. But I do kind of I am planning on starting like the next bonus episode, start recording next bonus episode very soon, like presumably Tuesday if I don't receive any copyright strikes again. But I don't know why I'm buying them, I'm just doing it just to do it, but I believe we should have 100% completion now. Progress tracker 100%, Experto Creeds 100%, Adwale upgrades 100%. So let's go ahead and quit. And we will give multiplayer a shot. It is very possible that we will not be able to do multiplayer because not enough people play it. But we will definitely be trying to get into a match nonetheless. I'm just going to give it like 5 minutes. If at the end of 5 minutes we don't get into a match, then I would just consider it to be too long of a wait for me to be able to make a considerable progress, considering we need to get to level 55 for an achievement.
Ahoy players, friends, pirates. Welcome aboard your new improved multiplayer adventure. It's pirates, it's the West Indies, it's the massive competitive multiplayer game you know and love, but oh, it's so very much more. Our developers have been working hard below deck to bring you this dangerous, exciting new cast of outlaws. And little known fact, mateys, nearly half of all piracy in ye olde 18th century was committed where? On land. We have a brilliant new set of maps from across the Caribbean for you to discover. Now, we're not going to make you walk the plank and swim with the shark straight out of the dock. Our Wolfpack mode introduces 8 fearsome preceptors for you to challenge in co-op with your crew. Finally, I'm so excited about this, we're giving you a game lab. Yes, you heard me, a game lab. Make your own simulations, set your own rules, challenge your friends. Your mode could even be famous one day. We can't wait to see your creations. Your trainer will be along shortly to help you get started. So, what are you waiting for? Get some friends and get fighting! Arr!
Kind of cringy, but okay. Was that Juno?
Welcome to the Animus, powered by Abstergo Entertainment.
What we have? That's interesting. So there's characters you can play as. I can play as Lucretia Borgia. That's actually kind of funny. That character is actually from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. In our adventures from almost every Assassin's Creed, like Ezio game, I should say. Richard Lionheart II. That's actually from Assassin's Creed 1. Caroline Scott. Yusuf, that's from Revelations. I actually really like Yusuf. Rodrigo Borgia, Edward Kenway, Mary Reed, Steve Bonnet. And I've got a bunch of people that are locked. Is she gonna put on a Rodrigo Borgia? This probably doesn't really matter, but if we can't actually get into a match.
Welcome to the latest gaming experience.
Given it 5 minutes.
We have designed our tutorial to teach you if looking for game sessions.
Given it 5 minutes. That's surprising. People still play this game?
Your objective is to reach your targets. Find them amongst the lookalikes. Then kill them. Contract lost.
So I honestly don't know how this works. Okay, so that's interesting. Got 2 kills. And I'm dead. But at least I got 2 kills for that. Ah, shit, he got me again. Ah, well, I got a kill, but got 300 points. Probably at the bottom of the leaderboard.
Contract lost. The player has left the game session.
Hey, he left. Give me a new target, please. That's someone after me. Got in 4th place. That's nice. Got someone after me again.
A new player has joined the game session. Civilian killed. You have been stunned.
And there we go. So I will say I have no idea how to use Eagle Vision, so
Civilian killed. The player has left the game session. Civilian killed.
what the fuck? That was my target.
One minute remaining.
That's someone after me.
Civilian killed.
I'm dead.
30 seconds remaining. Contract lost. You have finished 5th.
Of what? Is that last place or is that? That's last place. Ah, that's good.
Congratulations for this first session. You performed well, and we believe with our guidance.
So, honestly, I was able to get into a match fast, but I think this would be better if I were to play with the looking for group feature. Now that I know that people still play this match, it honestly will be better if I do a looking for group feature, because that way I will be able to actually communicate with a team and actually be able to get achievements, and I may even have more fun with this if I were to do a looking for group. So I don't think it would be best for me to stream this multiplayer, because I generally don't like multiplayer. I generally don't like multiplayer. Mainly because I generally like really bad at PvP. I'm really bad at PvP, but I generally have more fun with multiplayer when I'm playing with other people. I like actually talking with other people as I'm playing. So as much like an example is as much crap as I give Overwatch 2, as much as I don't really like playing this game, I tend to enjoy it more when I'm playing with friends. Which I guess is the same as true for any multiplayer game. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be streaming the multiplayer. Now that I know the multiplayer is still active, it's fairly active considering how fast I got into a match. I think in between streams, when I have time, I'm going to be doing a looking for group feature and trying to get those achievements, those multiplayer achievements done. So unfortunately, this actually does it for this series. We got a lot of it done. We just had the multiplayer achievement and the bugs achievement left, but yeah, 86%. Hopefully soon it will be 100%, but yeah. So let's go ahead and kind of do our end of stream series, or end of series in the series God, I can't think ceremony. So even though this game is not quite done, we are essentially done with this game for this stream, so we are gonna be uninstalling, and unfortunately I will not be able to install the next game on my channel. I'm gonna be covering on my channel because I actually have the disc version, which I believe is either I have the disc version. Let me see if this is popping up on my stream. Oh, there we go. Got the disc version of Sims 3 Pets, which I'm going to be playing on the Xbox 360. So as soon as this stream ends, and unfortunately I just realized I have to reinstall the game because I still need to do my God, I can't think. I still need to do my end of stream database entry thing, so we're gonna actually reinstall this, but anyway, after this stream is over, I'm actually going to be updating my schedule. So starting next Friday, we will be starting our 100% playthrough of Sims 3 Pets. Mainly in regards to achievements, though I do have some things that I consider to be necessary for 100% completion. Once this game is added, there will be a change to my queue. So the next games that will be on my queue is Assassin's Creed Rogue, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and then Assassin's Creed Unity. Keep in mind that though these games are set up on the queue is always subject to change. It's possible that if I end up having a possibility of streaming two of the same series at once, so say Assassin's Creed Rogue and Assassin's Creed Unity, then I will actually delay Unity and play something else, and honestly I'm thinking that I may play Saints Row 1. Either that or Immortals is Rising, but I think I'm going to play Saints Row 1, which is found here. So, actually no. I'm going to need to give it some thought, because I don't want to play like 3 360 games in a row. So I'm going to give it some thought, but just keep in mind that the games that I'm covering on my channel are really dictated by the, God, I can't think, but games that I have abandoned for one reason or another. So that's gonna do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Oh, before I forget, because I almost did, if you are remotely interested in what I see today, all the games I cover on my channel will be for 100% completion. I will be streaming Sims 3 Pets for 100% next Friday, 1 p.m. to 4 Pacific Standard Time. I will be streaming Kingdom Hearts 1 on Proud difficulty. This will not be 100% playthrough, but I am working towards getting 100% of the achievements for Kingdom Hearts 1 in the 1.5 2.5 remix, and the achievement I am going for is the Proud difficulty achievement. And I will be streaming that game from 1 p.m. to 4 on Saturday, Pacific Standard Time. And on Sunday, I will be streaming Stardew Valley for 100% completion from 1 p.m. to 4 Pacific Standard Time on Sunday. In any case, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. And as I said before, I'm actually going to wait about a couple of seconds, just so that I can make sure that the game, that if there is delay, I will be ready for it. Like, just give me a time for my stream to catch up. So, gonna be ending the stream at 9:10. Okay, time for the final bonus episode of Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. Normally bonus episode on a post-stream session, where I go over the new entries for the database. So I imagine we don't have many to do. So we have people, and that's it. We have characters. We have Adwale. What is new for him? In 1735, while performing a routine takedown of a Templar admiral off the coast of Saint Domingue, that's actually how it's pronounced. I think I was pronouncing Dominique before, but I think it's Domingue. He was thrown overboard and washed ashore near Port-au-Prince. There he met Bastien Joseph Augustin, that's the name, Dufort, and became increasingly drawn to the Maroon cause. In the following years, he used his skills as an assassin, seaman, and pirate to help rebuild the Maroon resistance in Port-au-Prince. He was finally forced to flee Saint Domingue in 1737 after killing the governor Pierre Marquis de Fayet in retaliation for what he perceived as excessively harsh conditions for slaves in Saint Domingue. Louis Godin, born 1705, died in 1759. Louis Godin was born in France and demonstrated academic ability early, publishing his astronomical tables in 1724 at the age of 19. Actually, how old was he? So he was 56, 7, 8, 9. He was 54 when he died. At the age of 19 and gaining admittance to the Académie Française? I don't know how you pronounce that. I always get confused whenever I see that letter, that weird letter, the C with the tail, as I like to call it. I know that the word facade uses that, and I know how that's pronounced, but I've never seen that word or have I heard it. His success as a scientist led to his selection as leader of the geodesic expedition to Peru, but he proved to be a poor leader, simultaneously becoming thirsty for power and squandering expedition money on a prostitute from Madame Monrosa, with whom he fell in love with. The expedition was stranded in Saint Domingue in 1732. The geodesic mission to the equator was a joint expedition to Peru, by a team of French and Spanish scientists. Its purpose was to measure the circumference of the Earth. Golden's expedition was only a partial success, its results ultimately overshadowed by those of a simultaneous mission to the North Pole. And people went to the North Pole this time? That's interesting. Assuming this is historically accurate. But its data did allow scientists to confirm the oblate shape of the Earth, which allowed sailors like Adwale to plan their travels more accurately, thus reducing the cost. I'm assuming there's some truth to this. I don't know for sure if there was a character named Louis Golden. I guess that's something I could look up. But probably gonna give me some Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. Louis Golden. He is a French astronomer, so he did exist. He does have, as one thing that does pop up is actually Assassin's Creed information, as I thought. I was gonna read like a brief information on Louis Golden since he's a historical figure. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm actually kind of curious to know like how he died. He died in Spain. So he didn't die like in the Americas, he died in Spain. The expedition sailed from La Rochelle on 16 May 1735 and touched at Cadiz to take two naval lieutenants, Jorge Juan y Santacilla and Antonio de Aloa, who Philip V had ordered to accompany it. Proceeding to Santo Domingo, I think that's where we were, where they remained 6 months to take observations. They arrived in Quito in February 1736, immediately across the Andes to establish their stations in the interior and remained 2 years. So he seems to be a pretty successful person in history. He definitely seems to be like pretty intelligent as an astronomer. That's actually kind of interesting. I always love it like whenever they include like people that were actually from history. But it's interesting. I think that's the only thing that's new. He was murdered by the assassin Adwale in 1737 following a skirmish with Maroon warriors, though history records his death as natural. So wait, he actually existed? I thought he was like a fabrication of this game. Pierre Marquis de Fayet. He's actually referred to as a naval commander in history, not a governor. Actually, he was a governor. That's interesting. I thought it was like someone that was created. That's actually for this game. That's actually kind of interesting. But apparently, at one point, he was a naval commander. He was a captain in King Louis XV's Navy, so that's interesting. Before he became a governor, that's really interesting. There's actually 2 characters from his history that was actually referenced. In any case, that actually does it for the new entries for this games. So I'm gonna end the recording here. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, before I forget, now that this series is actually done, I will say it's probably gonna be a while before I go back to this game. And before I go back to this game and play it again, I'm probably gonna take a little bit, like a couple weeks off, just to relax, I guess, and work on other things. But when I do, I will make note of it in the stream. I will state I reinstalled Assassin's Black Flag, and I either will have started my attempt to get the glitch achievement, or I will be starting my run through the multiplayer. Now that I know that the multiplayer is still very much active, I can probably find like a group of people willing to help me, but I will not be live streaming that because I don't think that I will be able to have fun to be able to live stream. So, uninstall all. And we are going to end the recording.